we already have a lot of competent individuals with disabilities, but now the one who need the training is the companies. And I said, it's not that expensive actually if you think disabled individuals is a spectrum, because it's not just people with wheelchair. You can hire blind people, you can hire deaf people. Even if you hire people with wheelchair, you can have the option of working from home. These people with disabilities work in more productive ways than the non-disabled. So we connect everything, we connect everyone, we train everyone, and then we give benefit to anyone too. My name is Rezki Achyana, and you can call me Rezki, and I am the founder as well as the CEO of Parakerja, which is based in Indonesia. And what we do is to connect the people with disabilities with the government agency and also their corporation so they can get a job. So what we do is conducting job training, and also we providing consultations for the corporations about accessibility, how to do that, working with people with disabilities, creating inclusive accommodations, and how to communicate in sign language. We get a good feedback from them because we see that they say these people with disabilities work in more productive ways than the non-disabled. Sometimes people with disabilities seen as, yeah, you are not competent, you cannot do that. And company think, okay, you need to get trained, you have to learn our verbal language, you have to do this and this and this. And then now we see that, okay, we already have a lot of competent individuals with disabilities, but now the one who need the training is the companies, because we see a lot of deaf people who are able to do the tech, financial, human resource and everything, but they cannot go to the companies because the company cannot communicate with them in the same language. In Indonesia, we have the law number 8 of 2016 that says every company have to hire at least 1 to 2% of people with disabilities in their company. So the law is there, but the company, the government don't know how to work with that law. So many times the company and also the government agencies saying that hiring people with disabilities is expensive, because they always think, okay, we need to do the physical renovation to make sure it's accessible for the toilet, for the parking spot, for the lift and everything. And I said, it's not that expensive actually if you think disabled individuals is a spectrum, because not just people with wheelchair. You can hire blind people, you can hire deaf people. Even if you hire people with wheelchair, you can have the option of working from home. See, it's not that expensive if you see it from the real experience. Disabled individuals, you meet them, you can get new perspective. It's not just me who said you can do this, but the deaf people said it to you, the blind people said it to you, the autistic people said it to you, the wheelchair users said it to you.
Yep.
So what we do is to create the training. We call this as IDEAS training in Parakerja. IDEAS consists of inclusivity, diversity, equity, accessibility, and sensitivity training. So the company meet the disabled communities, and we learn each other about how to communicate in sign language with deaf people. Why we have to learn sign language? Why not just verbal communication? How to assist people with disabilities, especially the blind people or the wheelchair user. What is the appropriate call? Can we use this call? What is the process of the interview? Which one is offensive and not? So that IDEAS training can help the company. Oh, it's not that hard to communicate with deaf people. It's not that hard to work with autistic people. This is the accommodation technology and other accessibility tools that the company can use so they can engage together. It's not just about hiring them and then let them in the company, but it's also about let them in, and then you need to set the target so both of them, the non-disabled, the disabled, can have the same level of productivity, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We give them the experience. We give them the knowledge that it's not that scary to communicate in sign language. It's not that hard to learn Braille. It's not that negative stigma and everything to meet autistic people. We also have some programs related to the job training for people with disabilities. Just last year, in 2024, we trained people with disabilities in entrepreneurship. We train them in computer, we train them in Microsoft Office, we train them in digital marketing, in graphic designing, etc. Even F&B, we have, how to say it, barista training. We need the full talent, right? Because many times the company asks us, okay, I want to hire people with disabilities, but in these positions, in this department, do you have people? who can work with us? Yes, we have. We already train them. Or if we don't have the pool, we can ask the company, would you like to spare your CSR programs to create the job training for people with disabilities? We can help you with everything, and the how to conduct the trainings, the impact report, the curriculum, the timeline, the budgeting and everything, but it's from your CSR, and then we can make a report for this. And after that, okay, you have the full talent for your department, you can hire directly because it's your project too. I did Parakerja in 2018. But then I was the managing director of 4 special schools. I have 1,000 more students with various disabilities: autism, ADHD, deaf, mental disabilities, intellectual disabilities, and the education starts from kindergarten. And then elementary school, junior high school, senior high school. And then after that, after they graduate, it's hard for them to get a job. I was thinking, okay, the education is good, but then after that, they cannot survive on their own. That motivates me to create this platform, because what we see is it's hard for them to get accommodation in the workplace, and also me as a disabled individual, it's also hard for me to communicate with others, to get an inclusive accommodations for me too. So we connect everything. Yeah, we connect everyone, we train everyone, and then we give benefit to anyone too.
It was amazing talking to you, very inspiring the work that you do, and I must say on both sides it must be really eye-opening to see how you're changing lives in private sector but also at the individual level.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you so much for sticking to the talk.